United Airlines Airbus A350 order has turned into one of the more drawn-out and contested wide-body commitments in recent aviation history. While the order was originally placed in 2009 for 25 aircraft as part of a long-haul fleet renewal strategy, United later upsized it to 45 examples of the A350-900. However, things were pushed back and re-evaluated as United's operational priorities shifted toward the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. United has officially removed the 45 aircraft from its future delivery schedules in its financial reports, but the airline's CEO has been vocal about his issues with engine maker Rolls-Royce. We take a look at what's going on for today's video. The situation has recently become more complicated due to a commercial dispute between United and Rolls-Royce, the exclusive engine supplier for the A350. According to United's regulatory SEC filings, the airline made a $175 million advance payment to Rolls-Royce under a 2017 agreement to secure production slots and long-term maintenance terms. However, United later alleged that Rolls-Royce failed to meet its contractual obligations and is now pursuing the repayment of those funds along with damages. Rolls-Royce rejects those claims. Because the A350 is only offered with Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines, the disagreement is amplified by the lack of alternative engine options, leaving United with limited flexibility once the aircraft type is selected. And so it was at the IATA annual meeting in Rio de Janeiro in early June that United CEO Scott Kirby criticized Rolls-Royce, focusing on what he described as weak service support and the structural limitations created by the company's exclusive position as the sole engine supplier for the A350. His remarks were made in the context of broader industry concerns about engine availability, maintenance delays, and the lack of competitive pressure in certain aircraft engine pairings. Kirby also contrasted Rolls-Royce with other major engine manufacturers, praising General Electric for its performance and acknowledging Pratt & Whitney's efforts to improve service and reliability. He used the comparison to highlight uneven levels of responsiveness across the engine manufacturing sector, particularly at a time when airlines are relying heavily on long-term support agreements to keep wide-body fleets operational amid ongoing supply chain strain. Beyond supplier criticism, Kirby pointed to a wider industry bottleneck, estimating that roughly 800 to 900 commercial aircraft are currently grounded worldwide due to persistent engine shortages. He said this situation is likely to continue for many years, driven by constrained maintenance capacity, supply chain delays, and high global demand for aircraft utilization. According to his assessment, these pressures are now limiting growth across the aviation sector, affecting multiple airlines and regions rather than being confined to United's own operations. According to FL360 Aero, Kirby remarked that Rolls-Royce quote-unquote doesn't care, saying, "GE is the best, I think Pratt & Whitney is working hard, so I appreciate their attitude and what they're doing, and my sentiment is that Rolls doesn't care." For United, the single engine option, which essentially means no options, has become central to its dispute with Rolls-Royce. With no GE or Pratt & Whitney alternative available for the A350 without redesigning the aircraft, any breakdown in the engine maker relationship carries far greater consequences than it would in a multi-supplier program. The end of the A350 order reflects broader changes in how airlines manage large fleet commitments. United's long-haul strategy has increasingly focused on flexibility, especially as demand patterns, fuel prices, and network structures continue to evolve. It probably doesn't need to be mentioned, but just for the sake of clarity, United's 787 fleet is completely powered by GE NX engines and not the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000. What do you think of Kirby's remarks? Does he have a point? Let us know by leaving a comment. And be sure to check out Simple Flying's flight tracker. From live alerts and data on commercial, military, and government flights, it goes way beyond your standard tracker. It was built specifically for AvGeeks, free and live, right at your fingertips. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.